Hi, I'm Dr. Marc Reynolds, and you can call me Marc. My doctorate is in opera stage directing, and I've been teaching voice for over a decade. I have a passion for good vocal technique and for bridging the gap between popular music and classical music. So whether you want to be the next pop star, rock star, or opera singer, let's help you sing easier and look like you own that stage. Today I'll be reacting to and analyzing Hyang performing Bridge Over Troubled Water. After reacting to the video, I'm going to be commenting on one singing lesson and one performing lesson that I took away from this performance. I would love to hear what you learned from watching her perform. Comment down below with what you learned both in terms of singing and in terms of performing. Here we go.
When you're weary, feelings warm.
That was awesome. There's so many things that she's doing so well, both singing and performance wise. I love the energy she brings to her performances, especially this one. I love how committed she is. I love how it feels like she's not holding back at all. In her face, you can see that she's trying to really communicate what the words and music are calling for. So awesome. Voice wise, there are so many amazing good things that are going on that we can learn from this. I love her consistent placement that's right up here and forward and buzzy. I love how released her jaw is, especially as she really starts singing. I love how consistently open the resonant space is. I love that I see this upper tooth smile coming out, and it's just a crystal clear, clean, consistent sound. I love the consistent airflow that I'm hearing and how it's just balanced and in a really happy, great spot. I love how she just stays singing in what we call the pocket, which is that easy, balanced place between force of vocal folds coming together and balance of the airflow coming through them. There's just awesome stuff going on. The one thing that I'm going to focus on today, though, for our voice tip of the day is to pay attention to that jaw. You'll notice in different clips, like this one,
When tears are in your eyes,
and this one,
that just can't be found.
that her jaw likes to pull to the side. If I'm thinking here, I think it's pulling to the right. But you'll watch as she's not really singing and really releasing that jaw, but she's holding on a little bit of that tension. For her, that seems to be in the middle part of her voice, which isn't surprising because she's more comfortable not really paying a close attention technique. You'll notice that this jaw starts to slide over to the side. Do I mean that this to be critical? No, what this usually is a sign of is a sign of her grinding her teeth if she gets stressed, or another sign that these muscles on one side or the other are tight and tense. Is that a sign of bad vocal technique? No, not usually. Usually it's a sign that she's a grinder. When she gets stressed, she grinds. That can happen in her sleep. It can happen throughout the day. It's just a normal human thing that some people carry their tension in those jaws. And that would be my guess here, especially since it seems to be not when she's really singing hard, but when she's maybe off of her guard a little bit in the easier part of her range. What are some things you can do right away to either A, identify if you're struggling with that jaw tension, and B, how to release it? Just massage right here. Follow this ear down, massage above the jawbone right here, and just kind of press in. If it gets really tender, you know that's a muscle that's tight and probably chronically tight and fatigued. It probably also means that you're clenching that jaw on a regular basis and just need to be more aware of it so that when you are clenching it, you can stop it and release that. You can also feel right under here into the base here. That's usually a sign that our tongue is getting tight and tense involved with that jaw clenching as well. It's another place where we can carry tension. One way to help release that is just by massaging it. Put pressure in those areas and gently massage to release that tension. What can happen is if that's a chronic tension point and it chronically pulls to one side, is that we can build the muscle memory of that, and then that just becomes a part of our normal singing. So another thing you can do is to video yourself singing, in which case you'll notice if that jaw starts pulling to one side or the other, in which case you want to be mindful of it and try to pull it evenly straight down and release that tension. Another thing you can do is sing with gently pushing pressure on one finger here on your bottom jaw on just an vowel, ya, and keep it nice and in place, and retrain your brain not to have to change that jaw or add stress or tension based on the pitch or dynamic level. The second performance thing that we want to talk about here is the energy that she's putting into it. Not necessarily in terms of tension or stress, but the level of emotional and mental commitment to really meaning what she says, to really communicating with intention what the song, what the words, and what the music really means to her as a performer. You can see her eyes just sparkling. She's really engaged. Her whole body is just reaching out to that audience and wanting to engage. So there's a lot that we can do on an acting side to get your body to communicate what you want it to. But one of the first things that we need to do is to make sure that mentally and emotionally we are prepared to expend that energy, that level of energy. We've built it up, that level of commitment, that excitement, whatever you need to have that energy to expend, it needs to be there. Whether that's getting a good night's sleep before, meditating before your performance, or doing jumping jacks to get your heart rate up a little bit if you're feeling fatigued and tired. Doing whatever it takes to make sure you have the energy you need to give a performance like this. You'll notice, if I was to watch this and think afterwards, this is a really athletic performance. She's really working hard. Is she moving all over the stage? No, but it's like she just bore her whole soul with 100% of commitment to an audience, and her body responded with that. It takes a lot out of someone to be that expressive and to reach out with that much emotion and body language and vocal expression. What can you do today? Well, like I said, you can learn to meditate. You can learn to do what it takes and learn to know where your limits are so you know what you need to perform. Hopefully in future videos, we'll talk more about mental preparation and what to do to overcome things like performance anxiety, how to channel your energy in a way that's productive, and other things like that. But for now, just be aware. Are you bringing to your performances the kind of energy, the kind of positive energy to share with your audience? Or are you so drained or tired, or is your energy pulling in to try to protect yourself because you're so scared that you're not in position to really give to the audience? What I love about watching Hyang is that she is giving. Her whole energy seems to be about giving her gift of performance, of singing, of communicating to the audience that she's engaging with. Consequently, we love her back and we respond to what she's doing and can't help but open our hearts and our ears to what she's doing such a beautiful job doing in this performance and in others. I look forward to reacting to more of her videos in the future. Please comment down below with what you learned from watching her. Also comment down below with what you would like to hear me react to and analyze next. If you want a lesson, a performance coaching, or need someone to work with you or your band or group on singing easier and being more committed performers and performing at a more consistently high level, book a time with me at mrperformingartsstudio.com. I look forward to working with you online.